Well, what to do, what to do, what to do. Do I sell Kenny 2? Yeah, that kind of rhymes. Hey guys, Mike here. Feeling like I might have too many projects. I know, I was shocked too. But yeah, let's just take a look around Kenny 2 and see what we think. I've done a terrible job of getting work done to this truck. Originally when I got this truck, it was offered to me for parts. The last owner, well, I guess the last person that had it, it was his son's truck, and his son bought it to bring it back to life, and he ended up actually committing suicide, which is awful, but you know, which is kind of why I wanted to bring it back to, well, not, I mean, I didn't learn about that until the end, but when I looked at it, I'm like, gosh, this truck is like, in a lot of ways, better shape than mine, than Kenny, because I was working on Kenny at the time. I mean, it's got the gull wing bumper, and it's all there. It's got the chrome. Now, it is getting a little more rusty. It has the bug and the chrome piece that that we're missing for Kenny. And I call this one K2 because it's Kenny 2, and if you've been a subscriber for a long time, you'll know. It was a fun trip for me and Andrea bringing it back from where it was. We were a little bit, we were high, I'm just gonna say it. But it was fun on the back of Low and Slow. But boy, she needs a lot of work. I think, you know, like I said, I thought that it was in better shape than the other trucks in a lot of ways. One of the problems with these Kenworths is you get corrosion there, and especially up here, you get corrosion in the door here. On all of mine have corrosion here. This one's actually better than the others, but of course it's been sitting for a long time. Well, that's a glass from one of those lights. I guess it fell out. You know, and that's one of the problems with having not got this one into the shop, is these things deteriorate over time. So you can see the corrosion and all that, but it's interesting. Somebody put a screw there to hold it back together. Not a terrible idea, but it's an idea. So, but I guess that's the kicker. They all need a lot of work, and that's why, you know, am I biting off more than I can chew? This is dented, which is a real bugger. But then a person could straighten that. Let's take a look inside. How she's doing. Yeah, she just smells like an old truck. You know what? Somebody took the radio and played out, but this is, you know, like when you look at this front cab piece, it's not cracked. Says it's got 2,400 kilometers, but that would be like 1,000,000 to... The tack is gone, and of course, being that it was used as a parts truck, tack is gone, screws are gone. Can get screws. That's kind of neat that it's got that Aerodyne plug there. You know, these were, I don't know what gauges those were. Air of some sort. And this is, you know, a real bugbear too, because I wonder if this has gotten wet in there. Possibly. I did have that leak at one point, but of course it does have all the plastics, which the other trucks don't. Well, Kenny doesn't have any plastics, and Smoky, it's a little melty. But you know, the problem with this truck is it does need a lot of work. Like, you know, this is torn, and I don't know where the heck that came from. I'd say one of the worst things is the you know, the heater was taken out of it, and they just cut wires. So, you know, in order to fix it, I got to try and splice in these wires, or I guess get a donor cab for parts. It was a smoker at one time. You know, there's your other wiper. That button's missing. This is hokier than hokey. But that's probably inner axle. I wonder if it, well, one's probably the fifth wheel slider. Front axle brake control. Increase, decrease. That's interesting. Oh. Yeah, and of course, somebody stole this piece. Well, no, they didn't steal it. It was a parts truck. So somebody needed it for their truck, and it was sold or whatever. But you know, everything up here is actually good. You know, they put rubber bungees there, which is a good idea. These vents, from being left open, are rusty. I wonder if a guy could, you know, take them apart and fix them, or if I just need new ones. These still work. You know, which is another reason why I think this is a solid cab for you know, getting an engine for. It's got auxiliary heater down there. It's a carpet truck. You know, it's pretty much all here. So pull this down. Oh, it does have the upper mattress. I did not realize that it did. Did I clean this truck? I'm pretty sure I did. But it, you know, it was a while ago, and I got a good memory. It's just short. For cubbies. Little yellow stain. Looks like melted wax or something. At least there's no rodent poop. That's a bonus. But, oh, little bits of a beehive. Let's check this out. So the nice thing about that panel is they didn't cut really any wires. There's these two, but these plugs are all here. So being that I have another K100, we can use that as a template. And why is this one not open? Okay, there we go. There's books in here. Look at that. How long have I not been in this truck to remember what's all in here? Cummins book. It's all dealers across the US. What's this? Logbook? Yeah. Anything else in there? No. Atlas Mission. Anyways, I don't know what that is. So this is broken. Of course this dash is broken because they're all broken. But I can fix that with JB Weld. I can get another brake valve. This is torn. I could get, I mean, at least, oh no, this is the piece for there. Oh yeah, here it is. There's that piece. So, I mean, it can be fixed. But there again, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And things like, you know, this is dry, rotted, or burnt off, or whatever you want to call it. But, and the glass pieces down here. This is a throttle linkage. At least those still still move. That's a good sign. I'll put this up there. Oh, the end result is this truck still needs a pile. Like, I mean, it's nice that it's all here, but it needs a pile of work. I don't think I did clean this one. Maybe clean some junk out of it, but I don't think I did much. But yeah, if you look, that vent is rusted through. This one's gimpy. These are rusted. It's got the cab extenders, but they're corroded through right there. It's got the old school lights on it. It's pretty well solid. I don't know, it's got corrosion through there. Yeah, so that's not great. This air intake is, I almost think someone hit it, and that's why it's been chopped off. Don't think I did that. It must have just broke. You know, the exhaust, at least it's got a shield. There again, that's all corroded. Now inside the doghouse, the inside of the doghouse actually doesn't look that bad. You can see the oil leaks that it had, and the there's your engine mount. But see, in the frame up here looks decent, but when you get back here, of course it's got bad rust jacking, which I started to try and take it out, and then we got sidetracked. Somebody drilled the top flange here, which is a huge no-no. So that needs to be ground down, and those should be filled. But I mean, for what I'd be doing with it, but there again, you say for what I'm going to do with it, but if you spend all the money on it, maybe you would want it to be working right. And I should put some wheels on it so that it's a roller, you know, kind of like that. Well, actually like that one, so it's on the outside, so you got room in the frame. And a guy just has to cut all these bolts. I don't know that I can get them off so that I could, you know, separate the frame, but it's a lot of work. And then you think, if somebody else can actually get to this truck and make it something, should I just sell it? You know? Oh, I don't know, guys. It's got a little mirror gusset here. That's interesting. Probably to, oh, look at that. I didn't realize it's broken up there. I mean, I can fix that because I know how to now. But here's a fuel door. It's got some corrosion in there and some swelling, which is pretty common. I think really this truck needs to be stripped right down to do it right. Is this handle bent? I thought it was. Oh yeah, it's a little bit there. And that's rusted through. The backup light in that bracket's rusted out. This handle doesn't work. Shocker! We look underneath. You know, there again, the frame looks decent. Being that cab gusset is covered in oil, it's actually protected it. I think this is almost a case where you strip it right down to nothing and bring her back up again. But gosh, what do you do? What do you do? It's interesting that hub is leaking. Must have, I don't know. Is it getting water in it? I don't know. I just don't know. These air tanks, well, that one might be all right. The one on the other side has a hole in it where it was sitting up against the brackets. There's some rust jacking there, but I mean, a person could take all that apart. This is where the jack was, the cab jack. So that could get put back on. Now these diffs, these back diffs look good on this truck. You know, like this one with the new nuts and that, it looks like it's not very old. Well, who am I kidding? It's old because this truck has been sitting for years and years. But it looks like it, you know, was replaced and didn't do much work. So, and the front diff looks fairly decent. You know, there's some scale, a little bit of scale right here, but I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, to do it right, basically need to strip it all down into parts and start over. Tail frame has been chopped shorter, which is a bummer, because if you look at, there's not a lot of room there for, doesn't it have 22.5s on it? Maybe. But I think, yeah, this cab extender's a little better, but it's got corrosion too. My plan was to take these cab extenders right off and, you know, show off the exhaust. The pretty exhaust. It's kind of neat. Like, look how many vents this has. It's got vents in these doors. This one's actually in nice shape. That one's rusted out, but of course it must have been open and got rained in. And that one doesn't look too bad. We have some corrosion here, but it's all there. Well, it's all there except for the pieces that aren't there. This seat is pooched. The interior looks good though. You know, interior looks really good. But every day I don't work on it, it gets a little bit worse. Or do I use it for a parts truck? I hate to think of that because the whole idea is to save these things. And you know what? I got another air horn cover for this. So I'm going to stick that on because I need to feel better about this truck. So if you're enjoying this, hit the subscribe button right down there. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit the like button too, because that really helps the algorithm, and Lord knows I need all the help I can get. Thanks, guys. Oh, K2, what do I do? But I don't know what to do, guys. I can keep it, and I can just wait and get the other trucks done, and then tackle it, but I don't know. Life is pretty dang busy. So, anyways, guys, have a good day. We'll catch you in the next one.